Please like, comment, share, and join if you enjoy this post. This thought experiment is a speculative intelligence compendium examining the clandestine reach of Section 31 within the events and characters of Star Trek, Deep Space Nine. While the existence of Section 31 remains officially unacknowledged, its shadow looms large over pivotal moments in Federation history. Moments where ideals were tested, compromised, or quietly preserved through unspoken acts. This episode focuses on the events in the Deep Space Nine episode In the Pale Moonlight, DS9 Season 6, Episode 19. Following is Section 31's internal assessment of Captain Sisko's involvement in the death of Romulan Senator Vreenak, as dramatized in the episode In the Pale Moonlight. The report is structured as though it were a confidential review of an unauthorized but strategically successful operation carried out without S-31's direct involvement, yet fully in alignment with their doctrine.
Section 31. Directorate Assessment. From Director Sloan. To Section 31. Directorate File. Alpha Quadrant Operations. Subject: Captain Benjamin Sisko. Involvement in the death of Senator Vreenak. Classification: Eyes only. Compartmentalized. Director's Summary. Captain Benjamin Sisko deliberately bypassed diplomatic channels, ethics committees, and Starfleet intelligence, electing instead to construct a covert operation reliant upon forgery, deceit, and assassination. He did not physically strike the fatal blow. Rather, he engineered the conditions, fabricated evidence, willing facilitators, and plausible deniability that permitted Senator Vreenak's removal. The strategic result was the Romulan entry into the war on our terms. This operation altered the strategic map. Background and trigger. Informant Ishan Kroll, disavowed Obsidian Order officer, provided the critical vector, an authentic-seeming Cardassian data rod, and corroborating leads. Kroll's intervention enabled plausible fabrication with sufficient technical credibility to pass superficial inspection. Facilitators Elim Garak, operative in exile, and criminal intermediary Grathon Toller were engaged as deniable executors and logistics. Operational Overview. Captain Sisko consciously circumvented all formal oversight. He bypassed diplomacy, ethics review, and Starfleet intelligence vetting, choosing unilateral, gray zone action. The operation architecture: acquire and forge compelling evidence, data rods supplied and adulterated via Kroll, Garak, and Toller. Deliver to a credible target, Senator Vreenak, under the guise of legitimate review. Ensure the target rejects the falsified materials in a manner that leaves him vulnerable. Allow deniable forces to remove the target. Assassination by criminal, rogue assets. Seal political outcome, Romulan alignment, while protecting operatives and maintaining Starfleet plausible deniability. Behavioral and psychological assessment. Sisko demonstrates an uncommon moral calculus. He will violate law and ethics when convinced of existential necessity, yet he requires the illusion of external justification. He is capable of orchestrating atrocity through proxy, hands never soiled, conscience rationalized. This combination of initiative, moral flexibility, and self-justification makes him uniquely dangerous to conventional command structures and uniquely useful to Section 31. Asset Rating Upgrade. Previous classification: Surrogate Executor, Controlled Moral Agent. Reclassification. Autonomous ethical saboteur. Operational viability. Validated in full-spectrum gray ops. Recruitment. Recommendation: do not recruit. Too self-aware. Exploitation path. Create dilemmas with only one survivable lie. He'll choose correctly and bury the cost. Rationale. Sisko no longer functions reliably as a controlled surrogate. He acts autonomously within moral boundaries he sets himself. His decisions produce desired outcomes, but his self-awareness and retrospective guilt render him unsuitable for direct recruitment. He is better used as a self-directed instrument through engineered dilemmas. Strategic conclusion. Captain Benjamin Sisko killed Senator Vreenak without ever laying a hand on him. He allowed the truth to be forged, the lie to be told, and the assassin to act. Then he ensured it all worked. He is the Federation's dark mirror, everything Section 31 needs, without Section 31 ever needing to exist in the light. He provides deniability by exercising conscience as a weapon, internalizing the moral fracture that would otherwise expose us. Directives. Maintain surveillance. Continue compartmentalized observation of Sisko, Garak, Kroll, and Toller. Preserve records for leverage. Protect deniability. Ensure all trace channels to Section 31 remain obfuscated. Exploit judiciously. Do not recruit. Instead, design future operations that present Sisko with binary moral choices in which the survivable lie yields outcomes favorable to Section 31 doctrine. He will choose and conceal. Use that. Contain external awareness. Monitor Tal Shiar activity for signs of independent action. Intervene covertly if necessary to prevent destabilizing disclosures. Sloan. Director, Section 31, Alpha Quadrant Operations.
Dominion Intelligence Report. Subject: suspected involvement of Starfleet Captain Benjamin Sisko in the death of Romulan Senator Vreenak. File reference: Obsidian Blade Archive, Green Quadrant Transmission, Dominion Threat Matrix 6.19. Prepared by Weyoun 7, Strategic Analysis Division, Dominion Central Command. Date logged: Stardate 5-1721.3. Founder Summary. This report outlines the Dominion's assessment of Starfleet Captain Benjamin Sisko's likely involvement in the death of Romulan Senator Vreenak, Tal Shiar Liaison, Imperial Senate, whose ship was destroyed en route back to Romulus following an unofficial diplomatic mission to Deep Space Nine. While circumstantial, the available intelligence strongly suggests that Captain Sisko, in collusion with Cardassian exile Elim Garak, orchestrated a calculated deception designed to manipulate the Romulan Star Empire into entering the war against the Dominion. Key intelligence points. Unauthorized contact with Senator Vreenak. Vreenak arrived at Deep Space Nine aboard the Imperial warbird Decius under diplomatic cloak. His presence was not disclosed to Starfleet Command or the Dominion, indicating covert engagement. Surveillance logs intercepted from Tal Shiar fragments suggest the senator was investigating potential evidence of Dominion duplicity, evidence likely provided by Sisko or his agents. Fabrication of Dominion-Romulan treaty recording. A forged, hollow recording purporting to show Dominion plans for a surprise attack on Romulus was offered to Vreenak. Forensic review of wreckage from the Odysseus suggests a high-yield explosive device was planted on board shortly after the meeting. Given the secrecy surrounding the meeting and the sudden destruction of the Odysseus, it is plausible the forgery was exposed, prompting silencing measures. Elim Garak's involvement. Garak, formerly of the Obsidian Order and known for deep infiltration tactics, was observed engaging in unusual communications and supply acquisitions shortly before the event. Dominion sleeper agents on Cardassia Prime report Garak obtained high-level Romulan encryption matrices, likely used to enhance the authenticity of the forgery. Garak has motive, skill, and access, and is known to operate with Sisko's tacit approval when mutual interests align. Sisko's behavioral and command anomalies. Abrupt withdrawal from standard command duties during the period in question. Personal encrypted log entries show signs of internal ethical conflict. Psychological profile indicates a willingness to compromise moral integrity for strategic gain, particularly following Dominion incursions into Federation territory. Strategic implications. The death of Senator Vreenak was officially blamed on mechanical failure. However, this incident directly preceded the Romulan Empire's entry into the war on the side of the Federation-Klingon alliance. The net benefit to the Federation was substantial, effectively saving them from collapse on multiple fronts. Dominion analysis concludes with high confidence that Sisko was either directly responsible for or complicit in the elimination of Vreenak and the creation of the forged evidence. His actions, though covert, altered the balance of power in the Alpha Quadrant dramatically. Recommendation: Captain Benjamin Sisko is to be listed in the Dominion's Tier 1 Strategic Threat Registry. Pursue destabilization operations targeting the Federation-Romulan alliance with tailored disinformation campaigns. Instruct Vorta operatives to discredit any post-war claims of Federation moral superiority using this incident as a case study. End report.
Ferengi Commerce Authority. Profit Hazard Division. Subject: Captain Benjamin Sisko. Suspected role in the death of Senator Vreenak, Romulan Star Empire. Reclassification: Level 3. Profit Hazard. Intergovernmental Incident. Source of Intelligence. Primary: Quark. Proprietor of Quark's Bar, Deep Space Nine. Quark reported suspicious activity after Captain Sisko bribed him to suppress legal action concerning a bar altercation. Quark subsequently observed clandestine meetings between Sisko and Elim Garak and unusual holosuite patterns. Acting on instinct and profit motives. Rule of Acquisition Number 9. Quark alerted FCA channels after becoming concerned about personal exposure. Secondary: Grathon Toller. Known criminal. Toller, previously implicated in a violent altercation in Quark's establishment, resulting in Quark being stabbed, has had contacts with black market networks. Tollar's presence in related tabulations corroborates a criminal undercurrent linking Sisko's covert actions to paymasters and facilitators in DS9's illicit economy. Incident Summary. Romulan Senator Vreenak arrived at Deep Space Nine for alleged consultation regarding Dominion infiltration. Following his departure, Vreenak's transport was destroyed en route to Romulus. The Romulan Star Empire subsequently committed to open war with the Dominion, aligning indirectly with the Federation Klingon coalition. Circumstantial evidence suggests fabrication of evidence and orchestration of events leading to Vreenak's removal. And Captain Benjamin Sisko is implicated. Assessment of Sisko's role. Direct and indirect involvement. Sisko bribed Quark to secure silence on related incidents, and to use Quark's establishment as an operational blind spot. Sisko's known collaboration with Elim Garak, combined with Garak's criminal associations, including Grathon Toller, strongly implies orchestration of Vreenak's elimination via non-official channels. Tollar's presence in the intelligence mosaic indicates that hired muscle and criminal facilitators were employed to manage messy on-station elements and ensure plausible deniability. Motive. Forcing Romulan entry into the war and strengthening the Alpha Quadrant alliance. Actions that, while militarily advantageous to the Federation, are detrimental to Ferengi profit pathways predicated on neutral trade and instability. Profit hazard. Sisko's willingness to bribe, use criminals, and coordinate with covert operatives elevates him to a high-risk actor for Ferengi commerce. He is now both a political disruptor and a reputational threat to Ferengi operations on Bajor and DS9. Corroborating indicators. Ledger evidence of latinum transfer from Sisko to Quark for discretionary services. Quark's report. Recorded meetings, holosuite metadata, linking Sisko, Garak, and timeframes aligning with Tollar's known movements. Tollar's communications with known illicit transporters and arms brokers. Profit impact assessment. Short-term, immediate loss of neutral Romulan trade corridors, spikes in wartime premiums and risk surcharges. Medium-term. Loss of speculative opportunities in contested Klingon sectors. Long-term. Entrenchment of Federation. Regulatory oversight on wormhole commerce. Reduced room for FCA exploitation. Recommended FCA actions. File reclassification. Captain Benjamin Sisko upgraded to Level 3 Profit Hazard. Continuous monitoring required. Monetize intelligence. Recommendation. Sell the compiled intelligence. Carefully redacted for plausible deniability to the Tal Shiar. Conduit. Use established Iridian information brokers as intermediaries to reach Tal Shiar networks. Iridians provide the necessary deniability while maximizing sale value. Rationale. The Tal Shiar will value actionable intelligence, linking Federation officers to assassination-level conspiracies. Proceeds from the sale will recoup Ferengi losses from disrupted markets and generate profit. Risk mitigation. Limit paper trail. Transact only through trusted Iridian intermediaries. Retain copies only in secure, compartmentalized ledgers inaccessible to Starfleet audit. Local containment and exploitation. Continue to monitor Grathon Toller, Elim Garak, and related criminal networks for additional exploitable leads. Introduce economic pressure campaigns, lobbying, contract manipulation to offset wartime market contraction. Encourage Quark to maintain plausible deniability publicly while continuing discreet reporting to FCA channels. Informant compensation. Quark compensation. Award, Quark. The standard 5% commission of net proceeds derived from the intelligence sale for keeping his ears open. Rule of acquisition, number 7, and providing primary source material. This maintains cooperative incentives among Ferengi proprietors and aligns moral accounting with profit. Payment should be structured through shellback channels to avoid Starfleet detection and preserve Quark's public reputation. Legal/ethical note, FCA, internal. While the Federation may claim moral high ground, the FCA's mandate is profit. The exploitation of intelligence markets via Iridian intermediaries is an accepted business practice. All transaction details should be recorded under commercial confidentiality and protected by Standard FCA indemnities. Conclusion. Captain Benjamin Sisko's actions, corroborated by Quark's reporting and Grathon Tolar's criminal associations, indicate probable involvement in the conspiracy culminating in Senator Vreenak's death. The FCA recommends monetizing this intelligence by selling to the Tal Shiar through Iridian brokers to both recoup losses and profit, while rewarding Quark with the customary 5% commission for his indispensable role in gathering actionable information. FC, a Profit Hazard Division.
Tal Shiar Intelligence Directorate. Subject: Assessment of Federation. Captain Benjamin Sisko, suspected involvement in the death of Senator Vreenak. Classification: Most secret, death penalty for disclosure. Acquisition of intelligence. Source: Iridian data brokers, transaction validated and secured. Provenance: compiled reports from Ferengi Commerce Authority intermediaries, originating primarily with Ferengi National Quark, proprietor of Deep Space Nine. Supplementary corroboration via known criminal Grathon Tolar's movements in association with Elim Garak. Evidence: circumstantial but consistent with observed anomalies prior to Senator Vreenak's death, holosuite use, irregular financial transfers, association with known criminal elements. Incident summary: Senator Vreenak visited Deep Space Nine under Federation invitation to review alleged Dominion infiltration evidence. Shortly after departure, his transport was destroyed. Romulan entry into the war against the Dominion followed within days, citing Federation-supplied evidence, now proven authentic after the senator's death. Intelligence strongly suggests the evidence was falsified and that Vreenak's death was orchestrated by Starfleet Captain Benjamin Sisko in collusion with Elim Garak. Assessment of evidence. Strength: consistency of timing, corroborated accounts of Sisko's bribery of Ferengi nationals, Garak's involvement, and Tolar's record of criminal activity. Weakness: no direct physical proof of Sisko's hand in the destruction of Vreenak's transport. All data is circumstantial and mediated through unreliable profiteers. Conclusion: high probability of Federation orchestration. Attribution to Sisko personally remains plausible but not provable in judicial or Senate proceedings. Strategic implications. If disclosed to the Senate, hardline factions in the continuing committee and Romulan military would demand a reversal of policy, potentially advocating for Dominion alignment. This would fracture the current alliance and destabilize the Alpha Quadrant war effort. the Dominion would gain an immediate strategic advantage. If suppressed, the Romulan Star Empire maintains its advantageous position in the Alpha Quadrant alliance. The Tal Shiar retains exclusive possession of intelligence that could be weaponized at a later date against both the Federation and Captain Sisko personally. Directive: seal all records of this intelligence, store under Directorate Priority Vault, accessible only by High Command operatives. Do not share findings with the Romulan Senate, the Continuing Committee, or military hardliners. Premature disclosure risks destabilizing the Empire's wartime alignment. Continue discreet surveillance of Captain Benjamin Sisko. Should the alliance deteriorate or Federation strength falter, this intelligence may be released at a time of our choosing to shift political momentum. Maintain contact with Iridian data brokers for potential additional corroborating material. Leverage their mercenary nature to control the flow of data. Conclusion: while circumstantial, the intelligence indicates Federation orchestration of Senator Vreenak's death with Captain Sisko as the operational focal point. For now, the alliance with the Federation and Klingons outweighs pursuit of vengeance or disclosure. The Star Empire's stability is paramount. This file remains sealed. The information will be used only if political necessity demands it. Until then, Captain Sisko's role remains an unspoken truth, an asset in waiting. Tal Shiar Analysis Division. Tal Shiar, Contingency Note. File Attachment: Captain Benjamin Sisko, suspected role in the death of Senator Vreenak. Classification: Most Secret, Death Penalty for Disclosure. Purpose of Contingency. This file contains intelligence too destabilizing to disclose under current wartime conditions. However, circumstances may arise where selective release becomes advantageous to the Star Empire. The following scenarios justify activation. Conditions for disclosure. Federation weakness. If the Federation suffers catastrophic losses in the Dominion War, Earth threatened, Starfleet command crippled. Disclosure of Sisko's complicity would delegitimize Federation leadership, positioning the Empire as the rational alternative power. Objective: ensure the Romulan Star Empire emerges dominant in the Alpha Quadrant. Dominion ascendancy. If the Dominion appears poised for final victory, releasing this intelligence could be used to justify a political reversal and rapprochement with the Dominion. Narrative: the Federation manipulated the Romulan Empire into a war under false pretenses. Vreenak's death would serve as evidence of Federation treachery. Objective: secure favorable Dominion terms and safeguard Romulan territorial integrity. Internal power struggles. If hardline Senate or military factions attempt to displace moderate leadership, the Vreenak file could be weaponized internally to fracture alliances, destroy political opponents, or consolidate authority within the Tal Shiar. Objective: preserve Tal Shiar influence regardless of Senate alignment. Post-war leverage. Should the Federation claim a decisive victory, the file can be used to destabilize Federation-Bajoran relations or discredit Starfleet moral superiority. Objective: prevent a lasting Federation hegemony by sowing distrust between allies. Handling instructions. Disclosure must always be indirect. Use trusted Iridian brokers, deniable intermediaries, or controlled leaks. Never allow origin of intelligence, FCA to Iridians, Iridians to Tal Shiar, to become public. Maintain plausible deniability that Romulan intelligence ever possessed the file prior to disclosure. Final directive. This file shall remain sealed until one or more of the above conditions are met. The death of Senator Vreenak, though tragic, may yet serve the future of the Romulan people when the time is right. Tal Shiar Directorate.
This concludes the excerpt of the book, Section 31's Influence on Deep Space Nine, The Redacted Logs, which is now available in audiobook, ebook, softcover, and hardcover formats. If you purchase the audiobook, you will receive the ebook for free so that you can read along and have the beautiful color panoramic cinematic images. True Star Trek fans can purchase the full-color glossy softcover or hardcover edition to add to their Star Trek compendium library. Links are in the description. If you enjoyed this post, please like, comment, share, and join, as it helps me to reach new readers and improve my craft to continue providing you with more material. Until next time, peace.